Have you ever wondered how humans transitioned from hunting and gathering to farming and living in one place? Let's take a step back to about 12,000 years ago, when the Great Ice Age was drawing to a close. The world was warming up, trees were growing lush, and food was becoming abundant for both animals and humans. This was the start of the Holocene era. During this time, humans started to shift their ways of life. Instead of hunting, they began to farm. They discovered iron and used it to their advantage. They tamed animals rather than hunting them, and they started cultivating different types of grains in different regions. For instance, paddy cultivation began in China, and wheat was first grown in the Mediterranean region. The dawn of agriculture was a pivotal moment in human history, leading to the formation of villages and a more settled way of life. From the humble beginnings of sowing seeds, how did agriculture evolve into the complex system we have today? Let's journey back in time to the dawn of civilization, when the propagation of grains began in earnest. Across the globe, people started to identify edible varieties of grains and worked diligently to propagate them. We can trace the roots of maize back to central Mexico some 5,000 years ago. Wheat cultivation began in the Mediterranean region around 11,000 years ago, while paddy fields first appeared in China approximately 9,000 years ago. This period of agricultural growth was also marked by significant strides in tool-making. With the discovery of iron, our ancestors could now create more durable tools, a far cry from the rudimentary instruments of yesteryear. In fact, an ancient clay sickle, harking back to the days before iron, was unearthed in a cave in Israel, a testament to man's ingenuity and adaptability. But the evolution of agriculture wasn't limited to the fields and granaries. It also permeated into the very fabric of human settlement. As people began to settle down, they started building homes, drawing inspiration from their surroundings and using the materials at hand. The earliest houses were simple structures, often made of clay and thatch with leaves. These were known as wattle and daub houses, a far cry from the concrete jungles we inhabit today. Over time, as agriculture flourished, so did architectural techniques. Walls of houses evolved from being made of clay to being cut out of trees. From these simple beginnings, human settlements began to grow, eventually forming the villages, towns, and cities we know today. The evolution of agriculture didn't only change how we produce food, but also how we live and build our homes. It's a testament to human ingenuity, a testament to our ability to adapt and grow. And as we look to the future, we can only wonder what the next chapter in this ever-evolving story will be. How did the practice of agriculture shape our societies and cultures? This is a question that takes us back to the dawn of civilization itself. As we've seen, the advent of agriculture around 12,000 years ago marked a significant shift in human activity. Rather than wandering in search of food, people began to settle in one place, cultivating the land and reaping its fruits. This shift from a nomadic lifestyle to a more settled existence is arguably one of the most transformative periods in human history. You see, when people started farming, they began to establish permanent homes. This led to the formation of villages, as multiple families chose to live together in one area. And from these early communities sprang the seeds of civilization. But there's more to it. With farming, people had a more reliable food source. This meant they had a surplus of food and, importantly, more leisure time. This extra time allowed for the development of other skills and interests, leading to the birth of artistic pursuits like painting, sculpture, and music. Imagine this: a farmer, having harvested his crops and secured food for his family, picks up a piece of charcoal and starts drawing on the wall of his home. Or perhaps he carves a piece of wood into a beautiful sculpture. These early expressions of creativity were the beginnings of art as we know it, and they were made possible by the advent of agriculture. But agriculture didn't just lead to art. it also paved the way for the development of civilizations. With secure food sources and established communities, humans had the foundation to build societies, develop cultures, and make technological advancements. In essence, agriculture was a catalyst for human evolution. It transformed us from wandering hunter-gatherers into settled farmers, from individuals into communities, from survival-focused beings into creators of art and culture. So the next time you enjoy a meal, remember the long journey of agriculture that brought us from primitive farming to the diverse food cultures we enjoy today.